You're obviously, you guys talked about a call for action on Monday.
Yeah.
What can we expect on Monday to happen in terms of maybe protesting, sit-outs, and stuff like that?
All Detroit we want there at 11 a.m. This is the future of education in Detroit. This is the future of Detroit. So everybody should be there and make their point known. 11 a.m. Monday at the State of Michigan building on West Grand Boulevard. We'll be in court on the 14th floor. We're going to turn the tables on them, on Early and Snyder. How dare they say that we're damaging the children? It's they, under this emergency manager takeover regime, who have been destroying the education of the young people in this city, day after day, month after month, year after year. They've got to go. We're giving them the boot. And the teachers will be there on Monday, and the people will be there on Monday, and we're going to keep on, and we're going to win this.
And, you talked about a focal point. There's been several focal points. Is
Yeah.
Monday another focal point? Where
Exactly.
we're going to but are we going to see schools closed again and sick-outs? Is that going to be happening on Monday?
We're going to do everything we can to let everybody know. Monday is a key day. They should be there at 11 o'clock. All Detroit should be there. As I said from the beginning, this builds to a citywide strike. It's the way now for all Detroit to get our schools back and get quality public schools in every neighborhood, without which you can't have a city, a real city's future in modern America. You need quality public schools in every neighborhood so the young people can have a future. Not just make billions downtown. You got to provide for the young people in the city.
How would you guys go about having a citywide strike when it seems that the teachers are somewhat fractured? Some are following you, others with DFT and what have you. It seems very fractured right now.
I think the teachers are united in their concern for the children, in their knowledge that everything else has failed. They feel back to the wall, they've got to fight. And Detroiters have a very, very proud history of standing firm and tall and fighting. It's a civil rights and union rights tradition that goes back many decades and is known throughout this country. And Detroit teachers will rise to the
You
occasion.
keep talking about building to a strike. When would this strike possibly happen? How soon are we talking about?
It's begun already, in that we've had these waves of sick-outs increasing each time. It gets paused and then starts again at an even higher level. And I'm saying that Snyder and Early had better quit now and get out, or it's going to build and crash completely over their heads.
Yeah, they've often used the argument that this is hindering efforts in Lansing right now to come up with some sort of rescue plan for DPS. What do you guys say?
That's a lie. That's a lie. And I just want to say, on the Monday hearing, this is the Early and Snyder going after not just Steve CONN and NICOLE and Strike to Win and BAM. This is an action to try to stop the DFT from being able to do anything. This is an action to be able to stop individual teachers from being able to use their sick time. This is absurd and obscene, and it ought to be a unifying moment for all teachers and for this city to come out and fight for our city and fight for public education.
So just to be clear, you are calling for a sick out on Monday, for teachers not to show up, calling sick students not to go to class. You want everybody at this hearing
We're
and not
saying
inside these buildings.
by any means necessary on Monday, be at the 14th floor of Cadillac Place at 11 a.m. And if that means calling in sick, if that means staying home, if that means keeping your kids home, if that means walking out of high schools, if that means marching there, taking the bus there, get there.
You were talking a bit about what it means to see a judge deny this temporary restraining order. Talk a bit about that. What message does that send?
I think it sends a message to the teachers that they have support for this strike, that sends a message to Snyder and Early that Detroit, including some of the judges that live and work in Detroit every day, stand behind the teachers and stand behind this fight to defend public education.
Well, the main question here, too, is if this temporary injunction actually goes through at some point, do you follow it, or do you continue to do what you've been doing?
I think we'll have to see where things are at then, but I think the train has left the station and it's not going back. Sure, it's Shanta Driver, S-H-A-N-T-A, Driver, D-R-I-V-E-R, and I'm the national chair of BAM, and I'm also Steve CONN and Nicole's lawyer.
Just one question about a strike. DFT officials say if there is a strike, every teacher should be able to vote and do so like they've done in the past with a secret ballot at each school. Shall not
First
Never
of all,
been
Never
done.
how we voted for a strike.
never.
We vote for strikes at an open meeting where all members can see eyeball to eyeball each other, argue it out, and then take a strike vote. A secret vote, secret ballot has just been used so they can scam the ballots, destroy ballots, and we're not having that. The rule in this union is a mass meeting to decide whether to strike or not.
And
that's
truth,
democracy.
we had that. Last Thursday, the teachers showed up at the meeting to have that vote. They prevented me from making the motion for the vote with the police threatening to put, kick me out of the union meeting and arrest me for calling that vote. That teachers know we always do at a mass meeting in the DFT, and that's what they came for. But the truth is, teachers are voting with their action. They decided at that meeting they're not going to let us hold a formal vote here, but we're going to keep doing what we've been doing, organizing, and teachers are taking votes school by school. Every school is, meeting and voting, and that's the way we have to do it. Just like the emergency managers denied democracy to the people of Detroit, the AFT and Weingarten and Bailey are denying democracy to the teachers. We're going to take it by any means necessary.
You guys all speak to, I'm hearing there were people named in that lawsuit who had really nothing to do with the sick outs, but they were just kind of
FEMLA.
talking.
Somebody was on FEMLA. Yeah, I've heard a number of things. Because I don't know all the names, but I've gotten calls. Wait a second, so-and-so was out on leave. They had a terrible injury, and yet they're named in this lawsuit. It just shows how despicably desperate and despicably against the teachers Early and Snyder are, that they name people with nothing to do or are just out right now on a leave in this lawsuit. They've got to go. This just proves how desperate and wrong-headed they are. Justice is with us, our fight, and we urge people to come out on Monday at 11. This is the future of the city. So much to be decided in this fight on Monday.
Steve, you're calling what you want to see Monday a strike, not another sick out. You're saying that you want a citywide strike.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Can you explain, Shanta, what you plan to ask for or do at the hearing?
Yeah, I think at the hearing, we want to be able to provide testimony and evidence and witnesses about who really needs to be enjoined. And that's Snyder, that's Early, for the destruction of public education in the city of Detroit. Under any other circumstances, if anyone else did what Early did in Flint, they would be prosecuted right now. Right. They would be sitting in a jail. They wouldn't be sitting over the futures of young people in a whole nother city. So, okay, this is our opportunity to put them on trial. And we intend to ask the judge to give us the opportunity to put our proofs in to make clear who is really guilty of stopping young people from getting an education in this city and who is really guilty of destroying the future, the lives, the hopes of this city and the people of Detroit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
NICOLE, CONAWAY, NICOLE.